Hello, friends. Today, I was watching some videos and I was listening to some quote unquote white supremacists speaking, and I was um, kind of surprised at their sort of presumed hatred of other races of people. Um, Besides the Jews, and I'm just gonna say it like it is because I'm too tired to try to sugarcoat this. The Zionists are the enemy of humanity, and not just of the white people, but especially of the white people. And I do believe that the Zionists are anti-white, and they want to usurp the white race, and take over the white races and take their place basically in this whole society. And they're teaching other people that same kind of philosophy, mainly the Asians. Um, so, uh, so I just want to say to those white people and to all people, but especially the white people, I sympathize with you. I realize that you were blamed for stuff that you didn't do. You've been blamed for slavery, and you've been blamed for the Holocaust, which turns out to be a complete dud. It was an absolute hoax. And so I get it that you're mad. Like I'm mad too. I got lied to as a black person. Okay, I was told that I was from Africa, that I didn't have no homeland, and that's not the case. So we've all been lied to. And I don't want to undermine your suffering, because you should be upset. You have a very wealthy, very powerful, um, a very very wealthy, powerful lobby against you just because you're white, against the white race, and that really blows me away. That's terrible. Um, so I do sympathize with you, but okay. So and no buts. I don't even want to say but. I want to say yes. I do sympathize with you, and I want you to know that your race is can't you cannot split yourself off from the rest of humanity. That's not realistic, and you shouldn't expect anybody, especially black people, to divide ourselves and like try to split ourselves perfectly on a line so that you can have a clean identity away from the ones that you hate and the ones that hate you, because that's not how we're made. The soul, it doesn't have straight lines and squares. The soul is a fluid thing. The soul is a thing made of water or spirit, and soul. So we have to recognize that we are all human, and we are all the same spirit, and we are in this earth a tree, where we represent a tree, and at the roots of that tree, the base of that tree is black. I believe that. I mean, I don't see evidence, to suggest anything else other than that, the origin of all mankind is black. So if you're saying that you hate, or that you're using the term nigger, or being derogatory about black people or stuff like that, that's really a form of self-hatred, because you have to just consider the possibility that maybe you came from black people. So that you can put things into perspective, because it's going to be hard for you as a white supremacist if you, for one thing, believe that you can completely isolate your race from the rest of the human race. That's the first part that where you're going to fail, because that's not realistic. But also, I mean, try to consider the possibility that there is a campaign that is pushing you towards that kind of belief system, because that is a very harmful, very damaging belief system. The belief in segregation. Segregation is not going to make you stronger. It seems, it seems like it, in some ways or whatever, but segregation is not the ultimate answer for the human race. What you have to do is educate the people around you, no matter what their race is, about your story and about your truth. That's the important thing. The truth is the light and the way. And the truth of the matter is that your enemies are my enemies. Okay? The Zionists, they are the enemies of humanity. And they have harmed every race of people. And they have harmed every country, every land that they've ever pulled up to. they have done extreme damage to it, because they are the sickness, they are the disease that we have to try to overcome it, but we need to overcome it together. Okay, so you have to try to be, I know I'm not, I know, and so I feel like even funny saying the word diversity, because now I think like, white people are hating that word so much because it's been shoved down their throats that they need to diversify, and they need to, invite all these immigrants in their communities, and they need to be around colored people all day at work and everything like that. And it's a aggressive type of, imposition on their communities and stuff, so I get that, I even feel, inappropriate saying the word diversity, but let's just say like we're stronger together, as a human race, as a human species. We're stronger together to defeat the enemy, because we have a common enemy, and we have to try to see it that way and not live according to fear, because fear would say, well, you can't be strong if you're standing by this group of colored people. Those are your enemies. That's what fear is saying. And who's telling you that anyway? And where are you getting that from? Because I can almost guarantee you that that's coming from the Zionists. And as long as you're angry and feeling like, destructive towards other races of people besides the Zionists, I feel destructive towards them too. I mean, because they are the destroyers. And I'm not saying that I hate Jews per se. I acknowledge that Jews are born into a situation that, they didn't have a choice to be born into, and that, most Jews will not admit that, their religious holy book, the Talmud, considers every other race of people a goy and a slave. Most Jews will not admit to that. Most Jews will not admit that they, are the superior race, and that they are the ones who are supposed to rule in the end, and everybody's supposed to serve them. They are the true racist, in my opinion. If you're Jewish and you're not racist, power to you. I'm proud of you. That's great. Can you admit the truth about what your religion is? And can you admit the truth about what your culture is? Because I haven't really talked to, Jews in person. I've seen some on the internet that I'm really proud of, because they're straight up about it. They teach hatred to kids in Israel. They teach kids that they want to kill Arabs and stuff. So we all have a common enemy, and we have to unite against that enemy. And the enemy is Zionism. It's a very aggressive, political, belligerent war, that's being waged on the people of the world. And my instinct was to say the black and brown people, but the white people too, especially the white people. I feel that it's especially being waged on the white people in a particular way, to just kind of like water down the white races and try to eliminate the white races, so that there is no more white races. There are no more white races. And it's really sad, and I sympathize with the white people. So nobody should have an aggressive, belligerent, imposition on their race. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, what the heck is going on in this earth? That's so crazy. So anyway, if you're black and you're brown, like, us people, and you hear, white supremacists, this and that, just try to find out why. Why are they so pissed? Okay, because I don't think they hate you because you're colored. I don't really think they hate colored people. I think what they hate is Zionism, and Zionism is trying to stir up racism between black and white, between Asian and black, especially Asian and black. I've been seeing that a lot. So I have to really just step, kind of tiptoe lightly with Asian people, because it's a campaign. It's an aggressive media campaign. It's a propaganda campaign, telling Asian people that they hate black people. And so, I mean, it's just, it's not a pure, we live in a society that is completely infiltrated by the enemy, telling us all kinds of lies and stuff. So let's all try to have enough tolerance and patience to come together and defeat the enemy together. I love you. Bye.